Shahidullah in at number 5 for Kabul. So a left and right hand combination now. And Hamid Hassan is down pitch side.
Yeah, well, he's still hanging on because there's so much going on that we'll get to Hamid in a second. So a quick single stalled in here. But this is a real setback now for Kabul Zwanan, because Brian, I'd love to make a point again about the difficulty of a chase. And a lot of cricket fans may not be able to appreciate the fact that when you have to keep going hard all the time, it's just not usually possible, which is why 200 is chased once in our matches. And 245, I dare suggest, once in 500 matches.
You know, the issue is, of course, I guess, that the last 10 overs of an innings don't include a power play.
True. That certainly adds to the problems. But Kaisemat here has bowled really well. He gave only 3 runs away in his first over, and now only 2, and has a wicket. So another special over, the wrong one. This might earn them 2 if they wish to run quickly enough. Yes, they do. However, what a terrific start provided to Kabul by Hazrat Zazai. What a shame that he left when he did. And now, of course, respite for Bulk. Goes big straight behind the bowler. Got plenty of bat on it. And so if Evans is not going to do it right now, Shahidullah will. It's 132 for 3 after 12.
Still another 113 required in 8 overs. And it is time now to go down to Hamid Hassan. I think he's got a special guest with him.
With Hazrat Zazai, the fastest and the quickest. He got a 50. Hazrat very well played. Dirkha batting. Patolas Balobani 50 or Shpag Bala Shpag Chake. So where the feelings were okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Feeling احساس خو زنه تاسو نه شامل کړم څومره سړی خوشاله کنه او باید میچ هم یو ساده پورې بوله هغه بعد کله یو ټیم به پروانه کړو خو دام د الله شکر گزار یو چې رنز راغله او شپږ بچا پورې کارم جوړ کو د سترین فکر کارم جوړ شکر گزار
ډېر ښه ګری سوبر زم شپږ بالا شپږ چکی وادي یوراجم او ستانو مو باغې کسانو کړه او څونه افتخار کې په دې باندې چې هغه شانت ستارانو سره د نوم راغی
د افتخار ځای دا ځکه بار سړی کوشش کوي چې یو ریکارډ جوړ کړي نو کرکټ دا ریکارډ لپاره یو لوبغاړی چې راځي نو هغه ځان ته یو ټارګټ ټاکي چې ریکارډ جوړ کړي اوس به هم کوشش همدا او هڅه مې همدا تر څو یو ریکارډ جوړ کړو هغه شکر الحمدلله دې میچ کې مې جوړ کړ
بس په کرسګل باندې ډېرې خبرې کېدې خو کله چې تا چکې شروع کړلې کرسګل د خلکو نه هېر شو یو دوه پوښتنې د نه نورې لرم 215 رنز تاسو ته ټارګټ دی څه فکر کوئ دا رنز به تاسو چیز کوي ځکه وکټ خو ډېره ښه ښکاري
وکټ البته بیټینګ ته ښه وکټ ده نو څنګه چې زموږ بیټسمینان روان دي وکټ یې شته دي او بیټسمینان هم ټول لرو نو کرکټ د اخر کې بیا پته لګي چې کېږي
او یو پوښتنه بله دې نه پس دویم راؤنډ آلموسټ شروع کېږي ستاسو څونه ایکسایټمنټ دی بل راؤنډ ته او څنګه فینش کول غواړئ په دې ټورنمنټ کې ځکه څونه چې خلک وایي ستاسو او د بلخ ټیم چې دی فیورټ دي نو فکر کوئ چې تاسو فیورټ هستئ که
البته هغوی هم تماشانچیان زیات هغوی هم مینهوال ډېر لري موږ هم لرو خو موږ خپل کوشش کوو هغوی هم خپل کوشش کوي موږ چې کوشش کوو چې فاینل وګټو نو فاینل کې به ګورو انشاءالله
د ښه چانس دپاره and all the best Hazrat Zazai he amongst the legends like Yuvraj 6 ball 6 sixes and Gary Sobers looking forward to win the game like 245 is not easy runs but they have plenty of batting and the only thing is to stick in the crease and win the game for the team. Back to commentary box.
Thanks very much, Hamid, and thanks to the history man down there, Hazratullah Zazai, 50 and 12 balls, joining Yuvraj Singh and Chris Gale as the joint record holders of the fastest 50 in this form of the game. Ben Lachlan not very impressed with that boundary to Shahidullah. 7 off the over, 13 gone, 139 for 3. Case Ahmed, who's bowled very impressively so far.
All things considered, he's bowled extremely well. Not suggesting he's a mystery bowler, but he's a little difficult to read. 1 for 12, all things, considering what's happened in the match so far, exceptional. Not so sure Laurie Evans might have the measure in, but Shahidullah may, as he did last over.
Yes, he settled into the tournament quite nicely, Case Ahmed. I just got the impression early on it was all a bit of a novelty for him. Smiling a lot whenever the camera was on him. He's not smiling now, though, because he's gone for 6.
Well, I did suspect that Shahidullah would be far more familiar and less afraid of his reputation or his ability. He goes for another maximum. We had plenty in this tournament, 248. I think the 250th will be memorable. It may come in this match. Was the wrong one, I think, but it didn't matter. He got to the pitch of the ball. It was full. We have another Fagiza. It's been a quiet spell for the last few deliveries. Finally, ground coming alight again here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, thanks to Shahidullah.
248 sixes in the tournament so far, and 32 of them alone have been in this single match. Quite astonishing. 23 in the first innings and 9 already in this one.
Yeah, well, as Hazrat played, it was quite the Chris Gale show in the first innings. Just stood there and hammered it to all parts. Oh, wrong one again. Maybe that's doing too much. And Evans might get away. As a matter of fact.
You've called it right, Charu. I'm not sure Laurie Evans is picking Case Ahmed here. It's a good over. Just 8 runs from it. 147 for 3. It's a brave chase, this, by Kabul Zwanan, but they now require 98 from 6 overs, so the asking rate has jumped up to 16.33 runs per over.
Well, we've seen terrific action in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League so far, but this match is unforgettable. A special one. That goes over the point boundary for a 6. So the 150 comes up. Shahidullah has decided that we will try and make a real go at this 245. It was a full toss dipping away. I wonder, there was no claim by the batsman saying, well, it was over waist height. He's happy with the 6. Don't see that very often.
And that one's over extra cover. Another fog boundary. This is terrific stuff from Shahidullah. 29 off 12 balls, and Gulbadeen, the joint leading wicket taker in the tournament with 11 scalps, 2 overs and 2 balls for 41.
Well, he's just joining the band of bowlers who have been taken apart today. This, of course, can't even blame on the pitch. He just got to that low full toss, hammered it over extra cover. cover, really. What the sweet spot of the bat. Could be another boundary. Big run coming in. Yeah, well done.
Big Ben Lachlan out there on the point boundary does really well. Gulbadine just changing his angle of delivery, coming over the wicket, and Lachlan throwing himself full length to his right to stop that one.
Okay, Ahmed is keeping very tight from one end. Gulbadine Naib leaking a few more from the opposite end. Long off would make sure that's only a single.
Darwish Rasuli on the boundary.
He got a nice 50 today. And once again, let's just remind everybody watching, one, thanks for joining us, and two, of course, Mohammad Nabi winning the toss, electing to bat first and having, making 4 changes in the team. So far it's worked out very well for him, but I'm sure he's still a little worried because there is plenty of batting for Kabul.
Singles won't cut it for Kabul at this stage. It's been a very good over for them, 14 from it, but remember, they started off this over needing 16.33.
Well, just to indicate the impossibility of the situation or the extreme difficulty, 16 runs every over for another 5 overs just doesn't look plausible. The short fine, and Mazari can once again not field it with any kind of confidence there. So what a bad day for him. 15 gone, 162 for 3. Just a tiny hope still left for Kabul.
Five overs remaining, 162 for 3. They're going to have to go some, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility from what we've seen here today. They just need to find a spree of boundaries and suddenly they'll be back in things. Case Ahmed, 3 overs, 1 for 19 so far. It's been terrific. Now he just needs to finish it up, knowing full well when they're going to be after him. It's a call of 2 straight away. They're going to come back and should get there easily. Well placed. Got the pace on the ball exactly right. Knew that Munawira was on the boundary edge. And straight away, as he hit it, he called for 2 and made it comfortably in the end. 35 of 16 deliveries for Shahidullah. Been an outstanding innings so far. Goes again, and it just clears the man at short third man. It'll have enough on it to go to the boundary as well. Not in control. It was the googly from Case Ahmed, but he swung it in hard enough to get it just over the man and away for a much-needed boundary.
Beautiful shot, Shahidullah. This big age, and Mazari just only can watch. That's such a nightmare for him. Went for 6 balls, 6s. Looking for 2. That's only 1. Game, missed throw. The game is just turning, like 27 balls left, 76. The good thing is for Kabul Zwanan, wicket in hands. And this man, Duri Evans, if he is in the crease, there is a possibility for Kabul Zwanan to win the game.
Hasn't been at his fluid best today. Laurie Evans, 10 of 13. Can he open the shoulders now and find the boundary? Oh, I tell you what, he's been left stranded. He wanted the single. Shahidullah was moving nowhere. Rooted to the crease. And Laurie Evans, no chance to turn and get back. They've thrown one away here of the Kabul Zwanan. They needed these 2 to get going, but it's not going to happen. You have to think that probably wasn't a single there. Straight to the field. It bounced up nicely for him. Good return to the keeper. And that's a soft wicket, but one they'll take, no doubt. So Laurie Evans has to begin the long trek back to the pavilion. 10 of 14, 169 for 4.
very interested spectators, those in the VIP area. And let's hope that this goes down to the wire. Colin Ingram, the new man to the crease, hasn't had a very good tournament thus far. Can he pull something out of the fire here? He was treated harshly by Chris Gale in the 1-over he bowled when they fielded, went for 32. Now he's got to come out and try and find the boundary from the get-go. Round the wicket, Case Ahmed will come to the left-handed Ingram. And there's no time to really play himself in. He's got to try and either get Shahidullah on strike or find the boundary. Oh, straight away, he's sweeping. And Chris Gale just comes around, palms it down, so a single will get the in-batsman Shahidullah on strike. But a decent over this in the context of things, just the 8 conceded, a wicket as well. So the run rate has escalated to 18 to the over. Started off at 16 and a bit, and already at 18. Oh, down the wicket, swing and a miss. Really good over that from young Case Ahmed. 4 overs remaining, 170 for 4. This is what's coming up. The Nangarhar Leopards against the Bhatia Panthers. That'll be match 15 in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. That'll be live from the same venue, Sharjah, at 8 o'clock. But there's the small matter of concluding this thriller here. 170 for 4. And you would think, having not looked what the opposition got, that this would be a handy chase, but they're chasing 244. The captain, Mohammad Nabi, into the attack. This will be a crucial over, a swing over. If he can keep it down to 10, 12 to the over, that run rate will escalate to 22, 23, and then you'll have to think it's a bridge too far. But if they can manage to swing away a few boundaries here, they'll keep themselves in it. Yeah, just not able to find the timing. Saw him coming. He just adjusts so late, Mohammad Nabi. Because of his action, he's able to really watch the batsman and release it and adjust as late as possible. Such a skill to have. None for 19 thus far. And into his 4th over, so that's a terrific return in the context of this game. That's short, pulled away. And he's got him straight to Ben Laughlin out on the boundary. He's got away with one there, Mohammad Nabi. He knows it. It was a rank long hop and should have been dealt better with. But Shahidullah, all he can do is shake his head. He knows he's missed out there. He's played a good hand, though. He really did try to up the ante and get the run rate moving. But in the end, going for the boundary, not able to find it. He knew straight away it hit it straight to Ben Laughlin. Doesn't have to move. And takes the simplest of outfield catches. He's not going to drop those. And he knows he's got away with one. The wry smile, but he'll take it. So Shahidullah gone for 40 of just 20 deliveries. 171 for 5. Rashid Khan to the crease. He's pretty handy with Willow in hand. He's got the 2nd fastest 50 in the tournament thus far of 23 deliveries. He's got some of that same form here in this particular innings. 73 of just 20 deliveries. So we're getting near to where it'll be a boundary required a ball. Still not able to find a boundary. Malcolm Waller keeps it down to 1. This over, he's just gone for 3, including a wicket. What an over. Expect nothing less from this talismanic Afghanistan player, Mohammad Nabi. But on the last delivery, Has he got enough on it? Yeah, he has. Rashid Khan keeps their slim chances alive. 3 overs remaining, 179 for 5.
Ya, pero el móvil, pues.
4 overs, 1 for 27 for Mohammad Nabi, and Qais Ahmed finished with exactly the same figures as well. Mohammad Nabi going for a maximum of the last delivery. Spoiled the figures somewhat, but he'll still be very happy with that return. Got away with one earlier in the over, not on that occasion. Right, so Ben Lachlan, he's missed out on the previous 3 games, but given a go tonight, 2 overs, 1 for 16 thus far. Trusted with finishing the innings here for the Bulk Legends. He'll know exactly what's required. This is why he's in the side, to bowling a few overs in the power play and then to come back and close it off.
Yep, he's a very good bowler and know what to do now. The good thing is for Bulk, they have only 3 overs left, and for Kabul Zwanan, 64 to chase. From here look very difficult. And Ingram, beautiful shot for a fog maximum. Saluriza. He didn't get any runs in this tournament so far, and he's struggling. I hope he can get some runs tonight. And he just started, just got only first boundary of his innings today. And now he's just thinking about to keep pressure on them. It's a good ball, a good change of pace, and using his skills, the most leading wicket taker bowler in Big Bash.
Yeah, he comes with some pedigree, does Ben Lachlan. And he's really good at bowling in these last few overs because of his change of pace, good slower ball, got a good Yorker as well. Really is a very good T20 operator. Snatched away on the offside. Walla does some good work there. It'll be interesting to see if the feet were touching the boundary. He did palm it off, contact. I don't know if we'll have another look at that. He did a really good job. I just wonder whether that trailing leg maybe just touched the skirting.
Umpire is not interested, so he's fine. It's a good save. That's a massive fork maximum Shpagiza from Colin Ingram.
That's what he's capable of doing. We've seen him in tournaments all over the world, Colin Ingram. And he delivers in this fashion more times than not. He struggled in the tournament, but not so with this particular delivery. It was a change of pace, and he was able to adjust and hit it right out the middle of the bat. He knew straight away that he had got all of that. Spagiza, much needed. Oh, really well back by Ben Lachlan. Good change of pace, the slower ball bouncer. Into the over, 2 remaining, 193 for 5. Too much to do, you'd have to think, for the Kabul Zwanan. Need 26 and over from here on in. Possibility of bowling the penultimate over. 3 overs thus far, 1 for 25. Well, that's up in the air. Has he got all of it? Yes, he has. That's the perfect way to start the over. That'll give them some belief. A fog maximum, gave himself a bit of room, did Rashid Khan, and was able to get it just over. Well, that's all that counts.
Yeah, what a shot from Rashid. This is his favorite area, true to the cover, and he crossed the boundary with another fog maximum Shpagiza in Mirwais. He will be thinking, because this is the time to at least dot 2 or 3 people. Or I don't know who will be the bowler. Hopefully not Mazari again, because he already went for 6 sixes in the over. You never know. Maybe Mirwais go for some boundaries. That's another boundary. Beautiful shot. Back of the head of bowler. No chance for the fielder for another fog maximum Saluriza.
That's 200 up for the Kabul Zwanan. They're making a fist of it here. They're not going to lie down. They're not going to give the game away to the bulk legends. And he's missed his length again, Mirwais Ashraf. Try. To get it up in the block hole, and he only succeeds in bowling a length ball slapped away down the ground. So 10 of the first 2 deliveries. 4s, not enough though. They need a few spuggies. He's got to be spot on here. Where's that? Ashraf, he's not
just showing his skills and experience. A very old and experienced for Afghanistan from many years.
Oh, really well bowled. Big appeal. I reckon that's close. The umpire not interested, but I tell you what, he's given 4 runs, which means that he reckons it came off the bat. I thought it was off the toe. I thought it was off the pad. And there was a big appeal. The umpire unmoved, and all he did, when he did move, was to signal the boundary.
Yeah, he went for a appeal a leg before, but it's looked very close. What do you think, Alistair?
That's a tough one. Maybe got the inside edge on. The boot, and then it went away to the boundary. That's exactly what the umpire thought. Mirwais is not convinced. He's going, what? And Colin Ingram smokes it down the ground. Spakiza, fog. Last over interesting. 6 would be the desired result. In these. But he's going to get it in the gap. Oh, I thought it would go for 4. That's a good hand. Made a great fist of it, of the Kabul Zwanan. But you have to think maybe just left themselves too much to do at the end. It's a good hand. They'd have gone for 4. It would have been 218 for 5. So how important will that be in the greater scheme of things at the end? So Ben Loughlin is going to be bowling the last over. This is where you earn your wedge, as the bowler that's supposed to do the job at the death. 1 for 30 thus far. Right, here we go. Last over. Try to bowl the Yorker, full toss, but gets away with it. And yeah, he knows that he's missed out there, Rashid Khan. He knows also that it makes it doubly difficult now to get over the line.
5 balls, 5 sixes needed almost, or 4-4 4 sixes, at least 1 4. Otherwise, there is a no chance for Kabul Zwanan. So Ben Laughlin have to think at least a 1 dot ball.
Welcome return to form for Colin Ingram. He's had a poor tournament thus far and come out tonight 29 of 13. So regardless of how this game goes, that'll stand him in good stead as the tournament progresses. They really need him to be firing as well. And, he spent some time in the middle, hit a few out the middle of the bat. But there's still a possibility, a mathematical possibility, that he can win it. Oh, he's gone down the ground. Has he got all of it? No! Really good catch under pressure. That's top stuff, it really is. He hit it hard. It went low, flat, hard, and he's plucked it out of the air.
Parvez Rasuli, brilliant with batting today, and the catch was absolutely amazing. Such a pressure catch. That's his smartness and the capability of his skills. Very well judged catch in the end. And Colin Ingram, 29 after 14 deliveries, 217 for 6.
Shopkat Zwanan, the new man to the crease, and the first delivery flicks it around the corner for 4. Not a great delivery from Ben Laughlin. Trying a slower ball, ended up just being a full toss, and that's an easy put away. 24-3, so the game's gone. It disappeared when Ingram was superbly caught. And as mentioned, they've made a really good fist of this run chase. There's been a superb surface here in Sharjah, and the ball has disappeared to all corners all day. That's full and straight and exactly where he needs to be. And all the batsman can do is bash it down the ground for 1. Rashid Khan, 19 of 6. He's tried his best at the end as well to try and find the boundary and get his team over the line, but too little, too late. Oh, there we go. There's a take-off of MS Dhoni, and all he's done is hit it straight down the throat of Rasuli again. This time it's an easier catch. And another one bites the dust. Another one perishes. He's having the time of his life. Rasuli runs with bat in hand and now in the field has taken 2 catches. This one less important, but still he needed to take it, needed to get underneath it, needed to make sure that all was okay. Safe as houses. So Rashid Khan, his little cameo comes to an end. 19 of 7 deliveries. 2-2-2 for 7. That's the end. All Muslim Musa can do is dig out the Yorker, and they'll end up on 223 for 7 on any other night. That would be plenty to win a game of T20 cricket. But tonight, chasing 245 to win, they're going to fall a little bit short, and the bulk Legends will win by 21 runs in the end. It's been a fascinating encounter, this first one here tonight at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And the table toppers, Bulk Legends, go further ahead. They've pulled out a mighty clinical performance. They changed their side today. 4 changes, brought in some of the guys that hadn't played in the tournament thus far. We saw Chris for the first time. And it's been an excellent effort to defend 244. They had their scares on occasion. Hazratullah Zazai, who can forget his innings? 62 of just 17 deliveries. An outstanding innings by him. But in the end, it was just a bridge too far. They couldn't quite get the runs required to cause an upset. Rashid Khan will lead his team out to obviously shake hands of the opposition. It's been a thrilling contest, really has. And we've been privileged to have front row seats to watch the ball disappear to all corners. It really has, you have to say. The surface has been excellent, the bowling probably less so. That's how it panned out in the end. 47 of 38 for Luke Ronke. Hazratullah outstanding, 62 of 17. And then a few cameos down the bottom of the innings. Shahidullah 40 of 20, 29 of 15 for Colin Ingram. And Rashid 19 of 7, but not enough.
ما ورته ویل ان شاء الله یو ریکارډ خو زم جوړوم تیار یو ریکارډ جوړ شو هغه الله شکر گزار چې دې ټورنمنت کې ریکارډونه جوړ شول د تیسرین 50 ریکارډ مې جوړ کړ شپږ ریکارډ مې جوړ کړ افغانستان په نوم کو دا زما لپاره ډېر د افتخار ځای دی
رښتیا هم ماشاءالله ډېر غټ ریکارډ دی جوړ کړو په دې باندې موږ ټول افغانان فخر کوو اخره پوښتنه کریس ګیل د خوښې لوبغاړی دی ما څونه اورېدلي دي کله چې د شپږیزې ووهلې او 50 منډې دې هم پوره کړې د هغې د 2 ریکارډه مات کړه ورسره دې ولیدل که نه او څه یې درته وویلې
او البته کریس ګیل چې دی تقریبا د 8 کاله کېږي چې زه هغه تعقیبوم هغه مې د خوښې لوبغاړی دی نو ریکارډونه خو ماتېږي او ځي او راځي نو زموږ ریکارډ هم سبا بل څوک ماتوي بل څوک ماتوي او کریس ګیل سره مې ولیدل نو هغه هم راته همدا ډاډ راکړو چې ښه لګیا یې همدغسې اوس همداسې زړور اوسه نو کریس ګیل سره مې ولیدل عکس مې هم ورسره واخیسته
ډېره زیاته مننه او نن لوبې لپاره ښه چانس
مننه تاسو نه
With Hazrat Zazai, the most dangerous batsman right now in Afghanistan Premier League, his feelings was very excited and he got 2 records for himself. First he got 12 ball 50s and then he broke the 6 sixes in the over. And he also met Chris Gayle, his favorite cricketer all time, and he met him also and took a selfie and he said, he gave me very encouragement and the best thing was it, be brave like always you are. And he's looking forward to do some more performance in upcoming matches. Back to commentary box.
Thanks very much, Hamid, and thank you very much, Hazratullah Zazai. And there you are, the fastest 50 in 2020 cricket. Hazratullah now shares that mark with Yuvraj Singh, which was, of course, in the inaugural ICC World 2020 in 2007. In the big bash. That was at the indoor stadium, Docklands in Melbourne. There is Hazrat. And remember, he's the man with the only century in this tournament so far. Players just warming up beforehand. Kabul Zwanan. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because they won that thriller against Paktia, our opening match of the tournament, where they chased 219 for victory. They actually got 220. Then they lost to Bolk. Bolk got 177 for 2, chasing themselves. A victory against Nangarhar when they chased down 188. And then against Kandahar when they defended 173 for 6. But their last 2 matches, losing against Nangarhar and losing against Bolk, that Nangarhar game where they couldn't chase 182 for 5 after a good start, and then, well, 144 for 6. Here are the Kandahar Knights, 4 losses to start with, where the batting simply didn't click, and in fact, the batting didn't click in their last game either against Nangarhar, when they made only 136 for 8, but somehow they managed to defend it quite well. Now, we've heard from a player from the Kabul Zwanan, that was Hazrat, of course. But let's go down now pitch side to join Ajay Mehra and see who he's got from the Kandahar camp. Ajay?
I have Ricky Whistles with me. Ricky, first of all, how's the experience out here in the Afghanistan Premier League?
Yeah, it's good. Just, games coming thick and fast, but, good to get the games under the belt. But, yeah, very good to be here.
And Your experience as far as T20 is concerned, you've got vast experience, over 200 T20 games for you. You played all over the world. So what's you exactly thinking in your mind when you go out there in the middle?
Yeah, well, when batting, I'm just trying to get a bit of a platform to launch at the end and try and get the side to a total that we can defend, as we've got a good bowling attack. So that's mainly the game plan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You missed the first 2 games, but after that, of course, your role as a keeper as well, because your side was struggling with that keeping department. So your role as a batsman, as a keeper, is always going to be important.
Yeah, massively. Part of the experience, is trying to get the players in the right position in the field and trying to help the captain make a few decisions on what bowlers to use and things like that. So yeah, trying to use a bit of experience, and it's been a while since I've done it.
Must be loving the surfaces out here as far as batting is concerned.
Yeah, much more friendly than what we play back in the UK. But yeah, it's nice to bat at some flattish wickets for a change.
And for your side, especially, every game from here is going to be very important.
Yeah, so starting tonight, it's important that we try and get another win, and then carrying on to the next 2 days. So 3 big games in 3 days, and hopefully we can finish off with at least 2 wins out of 3.
Thanks, Ricky, for talking to us. All the best for the future.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Well, this is the last time these two sides met, and it was Ricky Vessel's debut in the tournament. He did his best to get his side over the line, but it wasn't quite to be. They actually needed, I think it was 8 to tie the score off the last ball, and Ricky Vessel's hit a 6. But in the end, it was Farid Malik who bowled a terrific last over to see his side to victory. Kabul, a narrow win. Now, Ajay's been a busy boy down pitch side. Not only that interview with Ricky Vessels, he now gives us his view a little earlier when he was out there in the middle of the surface to be used for this match. Once again, down to Ajay.
I tell you what, seeing the surface this evening, I can tell you that, as a batsman, I want to wear my pads on, because it looks to be such a good wicket. That sheen on the surface is once again there. It was a break yesterday, so coming back, the cricketers having a bit of time as well. The grounds are doing a very good job. And under lights, I feel, the ball just comes slightly better onto the bat, especially in the second innings. So this wicket looks full of runs. The binding, as I go down, you can see the binding is very, very good binding. No issues at all. Brownish grass as well, but it's very, very hard. So I feel both the innings is going to be full of runs. You just got to bat sensibly and capitalize on those deliveries. But this wicket looks to be a very good track for batting.
Well, that's good news. Looks as though we've got a belter this evening, and this is why it's an important game. Kandahar, that victory that they got most recently against Nangarhar Leopards, has given them real hope of qualifying for the semi-finals. They're just 2 points behind the Leopards now, and they've got 2 games in hand, including this one tonight. Remember, only the top 4 sides qualify. And you have to say as well, looking at that table, Kabul are by no means certain of a semi-final spot either. If they lose tonight, they'll have not only Nangarhar, but also Kandahar breathing down their necks, and they'll only have 1 more game left. So it's a vital game for Kabul as well as Kandahar this evening. Now then, let's go down to Cherish Sharma. He's pitch side, or was a little earlier, with the 2 captains and the match referee. Time for the toss.
Well, after a short break, the Kabul Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog, is back in action. Just 1 match this evening, and it's a pleasant one. A bit of a breeze as well, as you can see, but the temperatures are very much under control. Now, it's a critical match. I should think a little more for one team than the other, and the captains are here with me. So, first up, skipper Asghar Afghan of the Kandahar Knights. Of course, to his left, Rashid Khan, skipper of Kabul, and our match referee, David Chu. So, Rashid, if you have the coin. And head. Heads is the call, David. This one's mercifully close to us.
It's a tail.
It's a tail. Rashid, I said a match important for both the teams. A little less important for you, but still, 3 wins and 3 losses. Would you have expected that at the start of the season?
We wouldn't expect it that the way we were going on, but it's a cricket, it's a part of game, and anything can happen. So we just need to focus on playing the good cricket, positive cricket, and just enjoy ourselves.
Of course, question number 1, which is now number 2. What would you like to do?
I would like to have ball first. Yeah.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Lots of batting heroes for Kabul, and despite your presence, no big bowling hero just yet. Are you happy with that?
Not happy with the way we bowled in the last, especially in the last game. But I think the way wicket behaves, it's totally different, and we just tried our best. I think we have done some mistakes in the last game. We bowled a little bit unplanned balls, which we didn't plan for certain batsmen. But you know, it was good for us that we got hit it earlier in the tournament. That we could.
How much would you not like to chase more than one?
You can't say anything about, as I said before as well, this wicket is totally changing the behavior. Sometimes 120 becomes very less, and sometimes even 240 can be chased. But you know, we just need to play positive cricket. We just need to play good cricket. Let's see how the wicket behaves, how the condition. So then we will decide what is a good total on this wicket.
All right, one more win. Of course, you'll go through to the final four. Good luck. Asghar. He's going to be bowling first. Now, runs have been at a premium despite the fact that the last match you played against them, you almost got just 2 runs short. You remember that?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, the second last game we were 2 short. But it's part of game. That's the past. You're not thinking about it. Today is a new game. Today you're thinking about this game.
Well, they haven't been too good with the ball, but they've been pretty good with the bat. So reverse with you, just not enough runs most of the time.
Yeah, we last couple of matches we have not played well, especially in the batting track. Today is a new day. Inshallah, we will try our best because we're looking very good. Inshallah, we try our best to even 50 and 60 plus runs because on our tournament of bowling is very well.
And of course, you know that every single match is a knockout match for you, virtually.
Yeah, we don't have a chance because we won just one match today. It will be a very important game for us.
Well, good luck then. All right. 2 people who know each other's game very, very well. But Kabul Zwanan, Rashid Khan won the toss, and he's happy to bowl first.
So here are the 2 lineups, and Kandahar Knights. So, that's where we are, and the Kandahar Knights getting ready to take first strike, and this is interesting. Asghar Afghan deciding to push himself up to the top of the order. They have struggled with the bat in this tournament, and it's another opening partner for Paul Sterling, who himself has had a very poor tournament. And, well, you just feel with someone like Sterling that it's only a matter of time before he clicks, but he hasn't clicked yet. So they're the 2 batsmen that are out in the middle. And Shahidullah, with his left arm spin, is going to start proceedings on a very hazy evening here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium as we prepare for match 16 in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by fog. Here we go then. Play, says the umpire. And straight away down the pitch. Asghar Afghan off the mark with a single. Alongside me, Alistair Campbell. Good evening to you, Alistair. And, well, it's a vital match for both teams.
Evening, Brian. Evening, everybody. Yeah, it sure is. We've been through all the permutations, really. If Kabul win, they're guaranteed a place in the semi-finals. And it becomes a straight basement battle between the Kandahar Knights and the Nangarhar Leopards. Simple as that, really. Whereas if that goes the other way, then it's wide open. 3 teams are in the mix for that last 2 spots to make it into the semi-finals. And interesting as well that Asghar Afghan's decided to open the batting. Probably sick and tired of coming in the middle order where they're in a world of trouble and trying to play a role that tries to get his side out of the mire. He probably said as captain, hold on, I'm going to go out there and bat when it's at its best, this pitch, and try and get us off to a fast start. Anil Chaudhary from India is the umpire here today. And he overbalanced big time, Paul Sterling. The only saving grace was if it came off the pad of Paul Sterling. This will give us a better indication. Yeah, I do him a disservice off the thigh pad, really, and just took it straight down like a rabbit returning to the burrow. No chance for Luke Ronke. Oh, there he goes, there he goes. Is that the first Buckies? Ah, yes it is. So he came out to do a job. Ashgar Afghan, and he started in brilliant fashion.
Tremendous blow. New ball. So Asghar Afghan nailing his colours to the mast immediately. That's two balls he's paced from Shahidullah, and he's been down the track on both occasions. First time he chipped it into the outfield for a single, but that was a full-blooded blow, and it cleared the boundary by quite some distance. Asghar Afghan now, the leading run scorer for the Kandahar Knights in this tournament. Paul Sterling, by contrast, 43 runs, that's all. Oh, good use of the feet by Asghar Afghan. That's 4. He's a long on in position, but he's beaten that fielder, and all of a sudden it's a really good over for Kandahar, the first of the innings, and they're 12 without loss.
But straight away, he's attacking, he's putting the bowler under pressure. But hasn't yet to trouble the scorers. Wayne Parnell was really good in the last game, was indifferent up to that period in the tournament, but his last game yesterday was outstanding amongst all the carnage.
Oh, lovely shot from Sterling. But it's a brilliant catch out on the boundary, and Sterling's miserable run continues. He's out for a duck. Parnell can laugh. And it's an early success for Kabul, with Parnell striking with his very first delivery.
Yeah, he did everything right. Right, he's come across his stumps, flicked the wrist, trying to get it over the fine leg. He's just hit it too well, Paul Sterling. Hit it too well and too square, and that's a really good catch, right on the boundary edge. Afsar Zaizai makes no mistake, makes a big difference when your fielders are catching all the balls. That's a bonus wicket for Wayne Parnell. He knows it, but he'll take it. And Paul Sterling, his misery continues. Gone for naught, didn't trouble the scorers. 12 for 1.
Zazai held that catch within the bound. The action, one of the 3 changes for Kabul from their previous outing, and a really well judged catch that over his head. Poor old Paul Sterling. He's not been put out of his misery yet, but he is now. He'll be able to go off the ground and reflect on the fact that he's now just got those 43 runs in 6. They are getting better for Wayne Parnell. As Alistair Campbell said, he bowled really well in the last match against Bulk. 1 for 30. In 4 overs, and that despite his side conceding 244. Asghar Afghan, one of only 2 players for Kandahar to have topped 100 runs in the tournament so far. The other one, Karim Janat. 116 runs for Karim, and Asghar Afghan now 126. Brendan McCullum, 84 runs at 16. Well, he was wanting to do that to the previous ball, clearing his front leg, and this was fuller in length, and he's clobbered it over mid-off. Saloreza, a fog-bound.
Jumped back in his crease and held his form nicely. Mid-off would have thought he was in with a chance for a wee bit, but it cleared him comfortably in the end.
And again, clearing that front leg. Thickish inside edge onto the pads.
Yeah, getting back in the crease, looking for something in the same area. He followed him, did Wayne Parnell, and all Asghar Afghan could do was get a healthy inside edge. So 5 off this over. It's really good from Wayne Parnell, including a wicket as well. But there's still this last ball to be bowled, and that has done damage in the tournament thus far. A good over been turned into a very mediocre one.
End of the over, 18 for 1.
मेरी फिल्म सिनेमा में लग चुकी है, The Donkey King.
Well, that's fine. I think there was a bit of bat involved. It flicked the gloves of Luke Ronke as well to take the pace off. Well done by Farid Malik to flick it back, and Zaza does well. It signals wides, in fact, so there was no bat involved. And just recapping on that stat, this is the 10th night game. The side batting first has won 5, and the side batting second has won 4 of those previous 9. Asghar Afghan goes big. Big enough. Only just, but only just is good enough. Spagiza.
Yeah, you don't get any extra for hitting it into the stands. But the result the same.
And again, this time over mid-off. Spagiza once more. Back-to-back fog boundaries for Asghar Afghan. And what a good move this has been. Promotion to the top of the order for the captain. And he's responded by really blazing a trail.
Yeah, he's taken the game by the scruff of the neck. They're under pressure, and he's leading from the front, as a good captain would do. That's a really nice shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Placed it beautifully.
And Farid Malik with the misfield at short fine leg. They've taken one, and that's all they'll get.
Malik, last game, had an awful one with ball in hand. No ball problem. And in the field as well. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't feel the full wrath of his captain if he continues fielding like that.
6. Amazingly, he actually bowled a maiden in that last game as well.
16 off this over. Still 2 balls remaining. Now then, can Brendan McCullum join the party? Can he get off to a fast start as well? Ashgar Afghan, 29 of just 12 deliveries. 2 4s, 3 6s. Exactly the start they would have wanted.
Yeah, Brendan McCullum not only is struggling in terms of runs scored, his strike rate is, believe it or not, in the tournament so far. Just 95 runs per 100 balls, which is most un-McCullum-like. Asghar Afghan with his contribution this evening, comfortably top of the shop. Ricky Vessels has only played 3 matches and he's managed to get on that list, which sums up the problems that the Knights have had. Farid Malik round the wicket, left armour. Straight away he gives width to Asghar Afghan, who clobbers it straight to backward point.
About that front foot, given what happened in the last game. Bowled 4 no balls in the over. The free hits went miles. It was just an absolute cluster. So he's going to have that in the back of his mind. Just that little gremlin sitting on his shoulder. I won't put it out of his mind and just concentrate on what he needs to do. But as mentioned, that's easier said than done sometimes.
Here are the 6s. Worst tally. Telling us that he thought the side that hit most 6s in the tournament would probably end up being the successful ones. And, well, if Kandahar wanted to get anywhere in this tournament on that basis, they'll need to up that part of their game.
Well, it's true to form, isn't it? You've got Kandahar on the lowest 6s, and they're coming bottom of the table. The rest are pretty good, actually. 64 for Paktia, Kabul 66, Bulk 56. That's up in the air. Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. Again, just over the fielder, but just is good enough. Another spot geezer for Asghar Afghan.
He was in business for a second time. Now he clears his front leg, Asghar Afghan, and over extra cover for another spageezer. Tremendous blow.
This is striking of the highest caliber from Asghar Afghan. He really is seeing it big. He's backing his ability, backing his ball striking, and it's coming off big time. He's been targeting the leg side, but on this occasion gives himself a bit of room, opens the shoulders, and smites it over extra cover. That's probably his best strike of the game so far. Always difficult.
Dot ball to end the over, but still a good one for Kandahar. 12 from it, 46 for 1.
For the Kandahar Knights thus far. He's blitzed it to all corners of the ground. Now then, Wayne Parnell gets a second crack. First over. 1 for 6. Now a change of ends. And he's going to bowl his second over. And this will be the 5th over. So 2 overs remaining in the power play.
Should be a leg by. Indeed it is. So McCullum still to get off the mark. You mentioned the power play there, Alistair. The Knights' best score in the power play was in game 5. 53 for 2, batting second against the Balk Legends.
Yeah, they should be able to eclipse that, particularly given the start they've got and the surface that we have here tonight. It's another good one. The groundsman has done a terrific job. We heard AJ Mehra earlier just describe it as batting paradise. And, well, Ashgar Afghan has taken the cue. That's pulled away on the leg side. Hasn't got all of it, but enough to get it away to the boundary for 4. Another fog boundary, and Ashgar Afghan marches on his merry way.
Well, they're getting their length wrong here, the Kabul bowlers. Ashgar Afghan, look, he's clearing his front leg. And that sort of length is meat and drink, really, when he's getting into the sort of positions that he is getting into. But in all fairness, Wayne Parnell tried to correct, looking for the Yorker, just got it fractionally wrong. And Ashgar Afghan climbs into that as well. Saloreza, another fog boundary. He's on to 49 from just 20 balls.
Oh, he's backing himself in the positions he's getting into. He's just giving him a bit of room, setting himself, going back in the crease, nice and steady when the ball's delivered. And on that occasion, attempted Yorker from Wayne Parnell, able to dig it out and hit it straight of the captain, Rashid Khan, at mid-off.
Well, there's the fastest 50 in the tournament by Hazrat Zazai. 12 balls, and, well, Ashgar Afghan's going to end up on that table if he gets another single, which he does now. What a tremendous innings from the Kandahar Knights captain. His team rises to him, and this is leading from the front at the very best. Outstanding effort. Look at that, 50 from 56. Tremendous stuff. He's had the lion's share of the strike, but he's made the most of it.
And the other 6 extras. The batsman hasn't been able to score yet. Sterling got naught, and McCullum still on naught. And this bloke, Ashgar Afghan, has got 50. Unbelievable stat, really. We've 1 ball away from completing the 5th over.
Was that off the thigh pad? I think there might have been a little bit of bat involved for McCullum. Yes, there was. He's off the mark. So the first run by another batsman apart from Ashgar Afghan. 5 gone, 57 for 1.
डैनियल मार्टिन ने 208 वनडे मैचेस की 182 इनिंग्स में 40 64 से 5,346 रन बनाए, जिसमें 37 50s और
absolutely brilliant innings from him. Sterling could do much out without scoring. McCullum, a lot will depend on him, the bat team. This is just the kind of start they wanted. Muskin came for them, but they really... You need to fire up front. Rashid Khan, the captain, now coming into the attack. 4 wickets for him so far in the APL.
Them earlier on have enjoyed the break. From India, thank you for watching the APL. I think that lady was one of our special, if I remember correctly. And but you know, Ajay, what a start by Asghar Afghan, the skipper. And one wonders why he didn't do that earlier. Of course, the simple reason is he had 2 international batsmen in Sterling and McCullum, and he trusted them to get off to a good start. Unfortunately, they never have been able to. And Sterling again today. Well, would have been devastated. What a nice shot it was. Swung it away to deep square, and unfortunately just a yard or so short of the boundary. Got well caught. So that bad run for Sterling continues, but great move by Asghar Afghan to come and say, listen, let me do this. Let me show you how it's done.
Part a right call from Asghar. He's trying to sweep that one.
It's been 50-50. Sometimes, of course, he hasn't given much at all. Now that is...
With this one, match number 16, they haven't really started out well. This man has been absolutely brilliant with a bat, 51 unbeaten.
Asghar Afghan also missing out. I think he spotted it maybe a shade late, and of course there was a fair amount of bounce as well. So another clever delivery, we'll have to say, by Rashid. In a sense, tricking Asghar. But no toll taken by the batsman.
They need a good spell from him because the runs are really coming thick and fast up front. Need a good spell from him. Luke Ronchi, of course, the wicket keeper, will have a job to do as well with the bat. Not timing it too well. Just pick up a single to end the power play. McCullum will retain strike as well. 6-2 for 1.
अफगान प्रीमियर लीग जहां पाकिस्तान समेत दुनिया भर के नामवर खिलाड़ी लड़ रहे हैं बाला दस्ते की शाहिद आफरीदी
Unfortunately, we're feeling the ill effects of that one. I think it bounced on the shin or maybe the knee. We'll take a look at it again. Feel that for a while. Do they try and sneak the two? No. Brendan McCullum, of course, is a very good runner between the wickets. batted long enough to know each other's athleticism and therefore refused what could have been a quick 2.
Is backing away there. Bryn McCullum is trying to dodge the bowler as well. Let's try something different. Hasn't really fired McCullum so far in the APL. A lot would be expected from him. Good stuff, bowling within the stumps, Shahzad.
Plenty of time. He can hit the ball a long way. So that's the field now, of course, in the 7th over. 5 fielders outside the circle. And they don't need to bother because this is another Shpakiza. Asghar Afghan cleared his left foot. It was fairly full, last ball of the over. And a pretty good over by Shahzad comes to over his head. It's 71 for 1 after 7.
Pakistani.
That's a good strike there from Bryn McCullum. Last ball, previous over. What a shot, stunning shot. He's been in great, terrific form. Asghar just backing away. Lovely elevation he gets onto that one. Going sailing over the ropes.
Just the previous shot that McCullum got a single off was perhaps one of the first shots I've seen him time well. And yet, of course, McCullum. Asghar once again thought of it. Attacking it, but well bowled by Shahidullah. Went for 11 in his first over. I think Asghar Afghan has been almost a low. Completely mistiming it. No spin there, going straight through. He was lucky he didn't play on.
You know, it's been a struggle for him so far, tentative.
Batting-wise particularly, has been fantastic. What a show. And they've got some great bowlers as well. Khan has not been among the big wickets in the league, but we know he's a world-class bowler, and of course many others. Shahzad has taken 10-11.
You're right, Char, because as it is, I think Afghanistan cricket has really taken a big leap. The way they are playing, the way they are progressing in international cricket, playing the first test match as well as India recently. They play well in the Asia Cup. And what this EPL will also do is add to the bench strength. They have some terrific spinners in the ranks, very good batsmen. We saw that performance from Hazratullah Zai getting those 6 sixes under his belt the other day. So really, they're oozing with talent.
And of course, some of the overseas players have done very well, some not, sadly. But of course, they all added to the worth of the league. And trying to dash it out of the park, but cover sweeper will only give a single, so Brendan McCullum still unable to find the big shots here, which is okay as long as Asghar Afghan's finding them. Otherwise, it would once again have been a tough start for Kandahar Knights. But Asghar Afghan making such a big difference at the top.
I think the difference today, Charu, is they have wickets in hand. You know, normally when they are batted up, chasing, or in the first innings they have lost too many wickets. But today, it's a different scenario for them. They have nine wickets in the left. In the bank for them, a set batsman out there in the form of the captain, Asghar. Never easy those catches under lights, but Asghar Afghan, a terrific knock from him, the captain. Really played well for his half century. Out for 60 of the 31 is 76 for 2.
Pakistan. शाही कैमरूज का शिकार करने को 26 50s और 17 सेंचुरीज बना।
Then, yeah, they could think of getting another 100. So 180 plus on this pitch, even though you say it's full of runs, Ajay, when you read it earlier, I think will be a very, very good total too.
straight on collar infield strike, right off the toe of the bat. Crossed. Najib Bullock coming in up the order, so a promotion for him as well. Batted at number 7 on 4 occasions, number 6 once. Will keep the strike. 11 gone, 91 for 3. Second over, Spencer hasn't really been the threat that we all know that he can be. All started again. Rashid Khan's got it over 9 runs and over, which is most un-Rashid Khan-like. Not been picking up wickets by the bagful either, which again is very unlikely. That might be expensive and not exactly tearing up the trees in terms of wicket-taking ability. He's mortal. Yeah, the Doogie not taken. Time it's not off the middle, it's off the top edge, and a really good piece of fielding. Kareem Malik, he's got a really good shot. I'm sure the third umpire will have a look at it, but I think it's a very good piece of fielding. Yes, I'm sure Malajan Sinwari will take a check there. I think that ball actually ended up coming off the glove. Watching Najib Bullock checking his glove, he ran the first, no problems there. Najib Bullock off the mark with those 2 runs down to ask the question. I tell you what, I reckon that's been the discussion there, and he's probably sending out and saying, right, we've got to try and get to this figure.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, when you look at what's to come for Kandahar Knights. Karim Sadiq, who's been in no sort of form at all in the bat for them. Ricky Vessels, who produced one innings, oddly enough, against Kabul in his debut match. And Karim Janat, who of course was player of the match in the last match that Kandahar played. That was against Nangarhar, and he actually made a quick 540 there. So
the way he got out last time as well. He's one of the great utility players, isn't he, Karim Sadiq? He's opened the bowling, opened the batting, kept wicket. He's done every possible job for his team.
Oh, there we go. That's really well played. Should go all the way. Yeah, Spagiza. The fourth batsman, much needed. He just shimmied inside the line, did Jamal, and helped it on its way. Really good.
Dropped. Out on the deep point boundary.
Yeah, went hard, but it went straight at him. He has to come in a wee bit.
And Zwanan just come in. Zwanan just come inside. So the fingers were pointing straight towards the wicket. They weren't just pointing straight towards the wicket. They weren't pointing towards the ground.
Let him down. They probably didn't need to make that slide as well. Anyhow, there's been a reprieve. How costly will that be? Make that slide as well. Anyhow, there's been a reprieve. How costly will that be? Yeah, nice comeback. Into 13, 103 for 3.
Through the kitchen sink and everything.
Very respectable figures for Shahid Dullah, considering he bowled the first over of the innings and also considering Asghar Afghan's onslaught.
For me, if I was a bowler, I'd want to bowl the first over of the innings. That's because that's just getting set and, getting the pace of the wicket. Where the pressure comes on the second over, they're ready to tee off, especially if they're ready to you talk about opening the bowling. I don't think it's the same as batting where you take the first ball or stand at the non-strikers end. I think it makes a big difference. If I was entrusted with opening the bowling, I'd be saying, give me the first over, and bowling the second.
Which you prefer to do when you battled, especially for Zimbabwe? Were you happy
strike present, or do you want to get into the action straight away? Standing at the other end, and they expect you to be a bit hot and places. This is a 3 and 1 strike there. You'd rather be at the danger end and copying all of that. Security. Although, I suppose if you end up taking the first ball, you've always got a chance of getting a loosener. That's so right. What's all cracked up to be useless job. Makes two his overs quickly to Shahidullah. They're going to come back for a brace. But it was just a 6 from it. 14 bowls, 109. Double headers on each of those days, Wednesday and Thursday, 2 semi-finals. Friday, Saturday. Put him down, slashed away. And I'm sure he really ever had it under control. Also, wicketkeeper really should have better hand. There's intent, there's no doubt about it, from these two, Najibullah and Jamal. They're just not able to find the boundary and create the injection that they need to get to that 170 mark. Credit to the bowlers. They really are making it difficult at the moment. Well, this time he's got it up and over. It'll be a Solariza. So a 4-4 to end the 15, 118 for 3.
unfortunately for Kandahar Knights, the two batsmen are still struggling. But Talon in filming, beautiful ball once again. Oh no! It will be a free hit. Maybe it will be a change for Najibullah, something to hit some boundary. Maybe he can start his innings with a maximum boundary 4 or 6 runs.
So we saw the other day he was guilty of bowling a few no balls in his spell. See, just cutting the side.
Looking for the angle, bring the ball in to Najib, that's what I'm talking. So when you try to do something different, then you have to face the music. Beautiful ball. Just only 1 run, low full toss.
I mean, but you yourself have been a seam bowler, fast bowler. These are the things you've got to sort out in the nets. In the match scenarios, all this stuff. These are the things you want to try something different, experiment, practice time and again in the nets. Because we saw the other day as well, pretty funny. There's a lot of no balls. I propose that is the most
Pew pew!